Hello and welcome. You are watching Polymerupdate TV, the fastest growing TV network with the daily petrochemicals news show with Simran Choudhary and Pratiksha Karkera.
Today we bring to you a special report consisting of global market synopsis of polymers spanning three different markets: Asia, Europe and the USA.
In Asia, in LDPE, despite dull demand trends and weaker upstream ethylene values, prices were assessed stable in Asia this week.
In LLDPE, the market for LLDPE in Asia displayed a similar scenario. Despite continued weaker regional buying interest and plentiful product availability, prices for LLDPE were assessed flat this week.
In HDPE, reports of continuously bearish buying trends pulled prices lower across the Asian regions. The price fall was also supported by a week-on-week drop in upstream ethylene values.
In PP, prices were assessed flat in Asia this week. Some buying momentum was, however, reported in key markets like China ahead of the National Day holidays in October.
In PVC, prices witnessed a steep drop across the Asian region this week. Prices plunged mainly on account of bearish regional demand trends coupled with a sharp fall in import offers from overseas producers.
In PS, prices drifted lower in Asia this week. Reports of persistently sluggish buying sentiments and weaker SM feedstock rates together supported the price fall across the Asian region.
In ABS, prices journeyed southward in Asia. Bearish butadiene and SM rates and persistently weaker demand trends pressed on sellers of ABS to reduce their prices across the Asian region.
In PET, weaker upstream PTA and MEG values pulled PET bottle grade prices lower in the Northeast and Southeast Asian regions this week.
In Europe, in LDPE, spot and contract LDPE prices slid. The price drop was triggered by sufficient product present in the region coupled with bearish ethylene feedstock values.
In LLDPE, prices down adjusted in Europe this week. The price fall was on the back of bearish ethylene feedstock rates coupled with softer regional demand trends. Reports of improved product availability further supported the price drop.
In HDPE, contract and spot prices inched lower in Europe this week. The price fall was in line with weaker upstream ethylene values coupled with a lift in product availability in the region.
In PP, despite higher upstream propylene rates, PP prices were assessed steady in Europe this week. Regional buying trends were reported as soft amid plentiful product availability.
In PVC, despite weaker upstream ethylene values, spot and contract prices were assessed stable in Europe this week.
In PS, contract prices gained in Europe this week. The price rise was supported by firmer SM feedstock contract values for the month of September.
In ABS, despite weaker spot, upstream SM rates and plunge in butadiene spot values, ABS spot and contract prices were assessed flat in Europe.
In USA, in LDPE, reports of sluggish demand trends from the overseas markets pulled LDPE export prices sharply lower in the US this week.
In LLDPE, export prices were assessed lower in the US. Reports of an abundance in product availability supported the price fall.
In HDPE, export prices slipped in the US this week. Prices fell as buying trends continued to remain sluggish from the overseas markets.
In PP, this week, export prices in the USA drifted sharply lower. The sharp price fall was mainly on account of poor demand sentiments. Prices also plunged in anticipation of a drop in upstream propylene rates going forward.
In PVC, despite persistently bearish global demands and pricing trends, PVC export prices were assessed steady in the US this week.
In PS, export prices were assessed steady in the US this week, despite weaker SM feedstock rates and bearish cues from Asia.
In ABS, despite weaker upstream SM values and bearish cues from Asia, ABS prices in the USA were assessed flat this week.
That's all for today's Polymer News. We're also taking comments and questions from our viewers, so make sure you drop an email to info@polymerupdate.com.
It is Saturday, September 22nd. Stay tuned to Polymer Update. Thank you.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/polymerupdate and be sure to click the like button. You can also find us on Twitter at polymerupdate. For the latest news from the plastics and petrochemicals industry, subscribe to our YouTube channel and do not forget to hit the bell icon.